Yeah, come and take a look at the snow. Bright white as far as your eyesight goes. Come and take a look at the fields of snow. I'll just get my coat, then we're good to go. Come and take a look at the lake. Let's have a quick skate before it gets late. Come and take a look at the frozen lake. Put your clothes on, mate, don't make that mistake.
Greetings, holiday shoppers. There are now 300 shopping days left until Christmas, and you know what that means. That means it's time for another episode of Christmas Creeps, your one-stop shop for holiday movies and TV shows all year round. My name is Joseph Wade. I am the host of this podcast. My special skill, or the reason that I got put on the naughty list, is because I take too long to edit podcasts. Here with me tonight is my co-host, Mr. Bradford.
Hi, I'm Bradford. My special skill is that I ruin podcasts and make them difficult to edit. And I'm on the naughty list for stealing this beer koozie from an Airbnb.
Oh my goodness. And once again, back again is my lovely fiance, Nikki.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Nikki. Welcome back.
I feel like I would be on the naughty list this week because I took Severus to the vet, and now I have to give her a pill every day. And if you could see the look my cat gives me, she thinks I'm the devil, so that would put me on the naughty list.
You're definitely on his naughty list.
So,
yes.
So your special skill is you're the animal expert.
No, because it's not going well. I think
Aww.
I'm the opposite of that, so that's why we're on the naughty list in this house, both me and Joseph.
Oh, well, that's too bad. But yeah, she's not happy with me either, and I'm not even the one doing anything. Guilty by association.
Right.
And also because I just like to join podcasts sometimes.
That's true. It's weird that she's not in here right now. Anyway, so thank you everybody for listening to our super indulgent video game episode. If you put up with 2 episodes of that and you're still listening to us, God bless you.
Yes.
But this week we're back to our regularly scheduled shenanigans. Since today is a very special day because not only is it, I guess, the first official real episode of our podcasting season, but it's also Leap Day as we record this, which is a garbage day on the calendar. So Nikki and I decided what better way to celebrate a garbage day than by forcing ourselves to watch the Garbage Pail Kids movie.
Have you ever seen that movie, Brad?
I have not seen the Garbage Pail Kids movie. I'm familiar with the Garbage Pail Kids as a concept. Did not see the film.
Let me stop you right there and say you don't need to. Because this was an hour and a half we'll never get back. This was a chore and a half.
We made garbage chili and we watched the Garbage Pail Kids.
Oh my, okay.
Happy Leap Day, friends. But no, tonight on the podcast, we're discussing one of last year's, I guess, big Christmas releases. It's the Disney Plus streaming movie, I guess, if you will. The Naughty Nine, which is a very blatant kind of kid-friendly Christmas take on Ocean's 11. And we'll get into that. What?
Did I need to watch The Hateful Eight before this, or am I good?
I don't know. I wrote down Hateful Eight ? Magnificent Seven ? And Ocean's 11 ? Because I didn't know which one it was supposed to be going off of.
Well, I mean, I think if you're going to start at the beginning of the series, you got to watch Fast Five first, right?
There it is. That was the other one I was thinking about.
And then I guess Adam Sandler did the sequel, The Ridiculous Six. And then of course there's Magnificent Seven. Hateful Eight, you got that one right there. So we got 99 here, and then I guess if they're gonna make a sequel to this, it's gonna be Ben 10. Is that where we're at now? I don't know.
Well, they've set themselves up for a sequel, as we will mention.
Oh, jeez.
I'm curious to see what they're going to try and call it.
Yeah, that's true. So, friends, first reactions before we jump straight into things. What did you think?
I was prepared for the worst. I know I say this a lot. I was prepared for the worst, and it was not as bad as I thought it was going to be, but it certainly was not good.
I thought it was a very good kids movie.
Yeah, there we go. I think it was fine. It's not a dog fart movie. It's a G-rated heist. It's a G-rated heist movie, and that's it's fine. It does what it says on the tin.
Pretty much, yeah. Like I knew what to expect going into like, okay, a kid-friendly heist at Christmas. I got it. Great. And then it just...
It's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Like
It's fine.
this is going to be a really short episode, folks, because you know what? The movie's fine.
Like the shenanigans were made for little kids, so like as an adult watching it, you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's like some of that like slapstick or whatever comedy that falls short sometimes.
Yeah, like rated
Yeah.
TV PG for mild slapstick and shenanigans. Like, yeah.
Yeah. I would call the slapstick... I wouldn't even call it mild. It is almost non-existent.
This is
I was trying to be nice.
This is a very gentle movie for the most part.
It really is. Like, I was expecting it to have a little bit more teeth for a movie called The Naughty Nine, but it's really pretty tame when you get down to it. But now that we're getting into the meat of things,
The Tame 10.
the Tame 10. Yeah, because at the end they're like the good guys again. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. So
They turn into like the Expendables.
we'll see. Now that's just teasing a movie we're never gonna get.
Okay.
Because like if we're gonna do like Naughty Nine goes to Expendables, like okay, we need to wait like 50 years for these kids to age up before we get
The
that
Kid
sequel.
Spendables.
The Kids Spendable. The Lunchables. Hey, so
The Lunchables.
let's crack up in a cold one since we're getting into the meat of things here.
Can check.
I'm going to try to do this with one hand because I'm holding a mic. Hold on, folks.
Oh, you're holding the mic. Whoa.
I took the stand.
Well, if you couldn't hear that, I'm cracking open a bottle. I have
What are
a
you
bottle
working with?
of Saranac Caramel Porter tonight.
Creamy.
I do enjoy a good caramel porter every now and then.
Very nice. Nikki?
I am drinking water tonight because we had garbage chili earlier and I'm scared to add fuel to the fire.
I totally get you.
Very, very smart. Very good move. I am not as smart as you. Bradford, what about you, Monfrere?
I have a DC Brow, the Imperial, which is an Imperial IPA. It's pretty good. Local flavor. I do like DC Brow stuff, so...
Yeah, I was trying to find a good like local sort of holiday holdover beer, but they're all kind of gone now, which is unfortunate.
Oh, long gone, yeah.
Put them back in the warehouse until next holiday season.
Yes.
Such is life here in the dog days of winter, I guess. So, Bradford, I'm gonna be mean right now and say I want you to try to summarize the plot of the Naughty Nine in 60 seconds or less.
Okay. Yeah, I can do it.
Okay. I believe in you. I really believe in you. And folks, this is one of our...
Are we donating money this time?
We are donating money this time to a
Nice.
local charity of Bradford's choosing. I'll give him 60 seconds on the clock. If he could finish his description of the Naughty Nine in under 60 seconds, whatever is left, we will donate to a local charity after this podcast airs. Bradford, are you ready, sir?
Give me one moment to collect my thoughts.
Okay. This is always my favorite part of the show.
Torturing Brad?
Putting people on the spot.
All right. How in depth do I need to get here? I guess that's my call, huh?
It's really your call. Just don't...
I'm not going to name all 9 of the Naughty Nine. Just...
If you can, that's very impressive, and we're going to have to do that next. But
y'all,
60 seconds.
I have it written down, so I would be cheating.
You use your discretion. Ready?
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1. Hit it.
Andy Steele and Dulce are 2 best friends in middle school who are put on the naughty list for being basically the scammers from Ed, and Eddie. They decide to hatch a plan to round up all of the naughty kids in the neighborhood with special skills and heist the North Pole to get their presents back. Everything goes according to plan, or mostly according to plan, until Andy has a change of heart because he brings his sister along, and they all get a stern talking to by Santa and decide to be better next year. The end.
32 seconds. Very nice.
I feel like I hit most of the high points.
I think you did, yeah. So $28 is going to go to a worthy charity here soon. So congratulations, as yet
To the
unspecified charity. If you're listening, charity folks. So yeah, let's go through the I guess the cast of the Naughty Nine, if
The dramatis personae.
Exactly. So the leader of this merry band of pranksters is Andy, who is played by the same kid. We've seen this kid before. He's the same kid from 8-Bit Christmas.
Boy, howdy, have we seen him before. And you know what? He's after that game console again.
He's after that game console again, yes. The more things change, the more they stay the same.
Yes. So each of these kids has, each of the Naughty Nine, or most of the Naughty Nine, we'll get to it, have a special skill, a reason that they are on the naughty list, and a gift that they asked Santa for but did not receive because they were on the naughty list.
Yes.
So Andy's special skill is he's the main character. He was put on the naughty list because he's just generally a scummy kind of dude. But did they go into a specific reason, like a specific thing, or was it just like it's just like you're a sleazeball, Andy, you're on the naughty list?
Well, when the movie opens, we see like the heist that he's already pulling with Dulce in school, where it's like the last day of school before winter break, and they're trying to steal back all of the toys and shit that was confiscated by the teachers during the school year.
He
Which
made me
is
think
good.
of a lot.
Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. Of like Ferris Bueller.
A little bit, yeah.
Like he does like stuff that's not considered great, but he's not like a terrible person.
Right.
He's a very selfish person.
Yeah, the big sticking point of them rescuing all of these confiscated items is that they proceed to sell them back to their owners at the end of school.
But also, did you notice there was also a weird sort of, not a ticking clock, but like a danger element? Because like if they can't steal them back, then the school is just going to throw everything away.
Or donate it to a charity, I think it was. Yeah.
And so in my mind, I'm like, oh, that's a detail that's totally going to come back later. And it really doesn't.
Nope. I mean, there's a time limit on the heist, but for a different reason.
Right, and we'll put a pin in that because I want to talk about that when we get to it.
All right.
Because, that's crazy.
Oh, yeah. And then we have Andy's best friend, Dulce, who lives across the street, and she is also in on most of Andy's schemes and scams, but she also has really good aim. She's like a sharpshooter.
Yeah, she's
She's like the middle child. She said she had a set of twins below and above her.
And
she's
above,
one of 5.
yes. Yeah.
So like nobody cares what she does, so she might as well go do shenanigans.
Andy's her person.
She's a super middle child.
Yeah.
Yes. Then as Andy hatches this scheme, when so the morning of Christmas, the family gets up, they open their presents. His sister gets I guess like gymnastics outfit from Santa Claus.
A leotard.
Andy gets nothing from Santa Claus, and this vexes him because even like his kid brain, he's like, they didn't get me anything. Like even mom and dad are like, why did you get her something and not him something? That doesn't make sense.
Right.
Because Santa Claus is real in this universe. And that's when Andy hatches his scheme to take back what is rightfully his. And they recruit the tech nerd of their crew named Lewis,
who is notably not on the naughty list.
No, but he is a huge conspiracy theorist, up to and including the existence of Santa Claus.
Yes.
So that's like naughty adjacent right there. He's big on the dark web.
Yes. And yeah, like as you mentioned, Lewis is the token smart kid. He's basically Data.
Yeah.
You know, and like almost to a T, really. But he hacks into the spy satellites, and he can see where Santa's workshop is because it's like
for like 1 second.
It materializes.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what, Brad, you and I talked about this on our last episode. You know what it looked like?
What?
It's in Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, when you find the one spot on the map where you haven't gotten the light route yet. It looks just like that.
Yes.
It's the dark spot on the map that they haven't gone to yet.
Yes.
I'm sorry to bring in video game chat. I'm not putting music under that. It's like 2 seconds. Let's move on.
No, you brought it up. How's video games?
Well, I've gotten Nikki into Vampire Survivors now.
Oh dear.
I love hate it.
Yeah, me too. It's very addicting, and I feel bad after playing it.
It's really hard, but then when you do really good, it's like so rewarding, which then feels weird.
And then you have to keep playing because now you're on a roll. It's exactly what you were talking about, Brett. It's exactly like gambling.
We just found out you can do 2-player on that game.
Oh yeah.
On the console versions you can do 2-player, right?
Yeah, that's gonna unlock some real madness here later.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yes. May I just say, I've been talking about it on the Discord, but I'm absolutely drowning.
Oh yeah, totally.
So I go 8 months without any games that I'm like super hardcore interested in, and then I get dumped on in the space of 1 week. So a series that I love that hasn't gotten a release in 13 years had a release on Tuesday, and then on the Friday before that, the Splatoon expansion, which has roguelike elements, came out. And then before that, Balatro, which is just an incredible piece of art, deck builder thing.
All of you guys have been talking about that lately, and I haven't been able to figure out what you're talking about.
It's very good. It's also like $15. Check it out.
Okay.
Balatro.
Good deal.
Anyways, Lewis is the conspiracy nut and tech guy. And then we have, so he is the one who comes up with the rest of the kids that live in the area that have been listed on the naughty list because technology.
Right. Lewis has like a fucking Cerebro computer in his house. Like where he can just like find all the naughty children all over the world. And it just so happens that all the best ones live in their like 2-mile radius.
Can I just say?
Yeah.
Naughty local children in your area.
No.
Ready to make eyes.
Stop.
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist.
Stop. You know he clicked on that. You know he did.
That's how they got the list.
It's not what he was hoping for, I'll tell you that. He clicked right off of it. Good Lord. So we start assembling our team.
This is when it's like Ocean's 11.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is when Nikki turned to me and she's like, oh, I know exactly what this is.
Ocean's 11.
So I know which one this is supposed to be.
Well, because like first you see the Naughty Nine, and for some dumb reason, my brain went, "Oh, it's like the Magnificent Seven." No, not at all. It's not a Western. It's not a Christmas Western. Stop thinking that. But first, we get the getaway driver. Her name is
Hayun.
Hayun,
and she's on the naughty list for reckless driving because, of course, she is. She's a Tokyo drifter.
You said it, not me.
When we get to the elf costumes, I think she has the coolest elf costume because hers looks like an F1 driver.
Because it's like a racing costume.
That's very true, yeah. But then we immediately meet Rose, who is the animal whisperer, and I did not catch what she's on the naughty list for.
On unauthorized animal liberation.
Makes sense. Okay. All right.
Yes.
Yeah, because she like releases a
horse.
Horse.
It's not a horse cop. It's
a horse cop.
I think it's a carriage horse.
Okay, it's just a carriage horse. You know what I mean? The horse that a police officer would ride through the park.
A cop horse. So the man on the person on top of the horse is the horse cop, and the horse underneath the person is the cop horse. Right?
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay,
that makes sense. And I pulled one of the jokes that from this movie that's actually somewhat good.
You did. That's right. You did.
I you know what I'm talking about, right?
I do, but remind everybody.
So later in this film, the pilot, who we'll get to, is talking with one of the elves, and they've fixed his plane, and he's like, "Are you sure the mechanic is good? Can we trust this guy?" And the pilot's like, the elf is like, "Yeah, she's my wife, but she's really good." Like, always got egg on your face for assuming somebody's a dude.
Great.
Anyways,
I didn't think the horse was actually a cop. Okay, let's just move off of that.
The cop horse.
Horse
no, it was
cop.
it's like the ones that draw the carriages through the park.
Yeah, exactly. We're belaboring the point, but let's move on. The next on our list. Oh yeah. So my favorite edit in this entire movie happens here because the kids are the kids are assembling, and then one of them is like making an egg salad sandwich. And the kid bites into the egg salad sandwich, and then the film cuts to a gymnastics mat that looks exactly like the egg salad sandwich.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
It is wonderful, and it only lasts for like 2 seconds, and I was so happy. It was the happiest I had been watching this entire film.
You know what? And I bet it's the happiest some editor had been editing this film as well.
Oh, probably, yeah. They were like, "Oh, this is too good." But then we meet Bethany, who is the gymnast, and she's on the naughty list for unchecked snobbery.
And she's a mean girl.
She is a classic mean girl. But she is specifically very mean to Andy's sister, Laurel, yeah, because Laurel's not a very good gymnast.
She's good. She just gets in her head. She doesn't have the...
She gets the yips.
Yeah.
But yeah, they recruit Bethany, and then they recruit the next heist member,
John Anthony,
who's a master of disguise, on the naughty list for unknown.
I liked John Anthony.
I like John Anthony too. I did totally call his character development that he's a drop shipper and didn't make any of the clothes himself.
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, that's
like from the moment that he's introduced.
It's part of the scam, right? I mean, he has to be.
Yeah.
But also,
I guess that's supposed to be why he's on the naughty list, I guess.
Maybe because he's counterfeiting shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably so. But also, like, that he's a master of disguise, but we really don't, aside from the elf costumes he makes, we really don't get much of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See, I thought it was he's supposed, like, they say unknown, but then it's like, oh, he thinks he's so famous, he's John Anthony and all that, but he's actually just unknown.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Okay.
Are they playing off of that? We don't know.
He just says he's on the naughty list, but he's really not. It's more cred that way if you just say you're on the naughty list.
Oh, no, I just meant the unknown part.
Oh, okay.
Like, he's not even that famous. He's just unknown John Anthony because it's not even his original work.
But I do like throughout the film where, like, anytime somebody questions him, he's like, "I'm John Anthony."
Yeah.
It's like, of course. He's John Anthony.
But then he produces. He, like, makes all the outfits. It's like, yeah, I never did this before, but bam.
It's fabulous.
It is fabulous. They look so good.
Yeah. Then we meet Albert, who is the adorable innocent. He's on the naughty list for abusing his cuteness. He's got those awful, like,
puppy dog eyes.
Puppy dog eyes. I was gonna compare him to like Puss in Boots whenever he does the sad eyes, but yeah. That's it. He's too dang cute. Who else do we got? Bruno. Okay, yeah, not Chris Pratt.
Right?
But Bruno.
Absolutely trying so hard to be Chris Pratt.
Like, if you...
man, you probably could hire this man as a Chris Pratt impersonator, right?
Like, if you told me he got his start as Chris Pratt's stunt double, I would 100% believe you.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Well, my note, I was like, he looks halfway between Chris Pratt and Jack Reacher. But yeah, Bruno's thing is that he's a drunk and also a pilot, and the kids pretty easily convince him to hijack a plane and take him to the North Pole.
The big thing is that apparently Andy overhears his dad talking about this pilot who had an encounter with a UFO like
Oh yeah.
and had hoof prints on his wing, and so he thinks and he's doing like a Northern Reaches route, and so everybody's making fun of him for thinking that it was Santa Claus, and so
he tells people he has
and,
like hoof prints on his plane or
yes.
something like that.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's that's Andy's in to convince him to fly them there, because then he can get proof.
People won't think you're crazy anymore, Bruno.
Yes.
Right. He's got the stories, like he's been there, man. He's seen some shit.
So
it's like an Independence Day. The guy who claims he was kidnapped by aliens, and then suddenly, aliens show up. Not so crazy now, is he?
kind of like that. So we assemble the team and we get the plan in place, but then there's a slight complication. Bethany's out.
Yeah, Bethany backs out because she
Convinced her parents to get her phone.
which is such a teen girl thing. Like, yeah, she got her phone.
So where are we going to get another gymnast?
Well, it just so happens we know one. It's Andy's sister Laurel, and he convinces her pretty unwillingly to tag along.
Yeah.
He basically bullies her into it by
Playing
using
on her
ego.
Insecurities almost.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's like, you can show Bethany that you are good. You are better, Do this.
Yeah.
She couldn't do it, but you can.
I mean, Bethany would have done it.
And that's what every girl wants to show her bully, like, haha, fuck you.
Exactly. So, long story short, they take the plane, they go to the North Pole, and everything goes remarkably smoothly. Like, there's no hitches at all.
Can I just say,
Yeah.
Technically, this is the naughty 7. Two of these kids aren't on the naughty list.
Lewis and Laurel.
Lewis and Laurel.
Oh, yeah, they're
Well,
not.
it should be the naughty 6 because Bruno's an adult. He doesn't qualify for the naughty list.
Wait,
6.
I didn't even think he was included in the count. Let's see. Andy,
Yeah.
Dulce, Lewis.
I get 7. 1,
Hayun.
2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2,
6,
3,
7.
4,
I'm also going to count
5,
1, 2,
6,
3.
7, 8. Oh, it is Bruno. Bruno is the ninth. Okay.
Yeah, he gets the tag when they introduce him, and it says like he's on the naughty list does not apply to him because
Not apply.
he's a
It's-
grown up.
All right. So it is 6.
Right.
Even more so. My
Yeah.
point.
The ridiculous 6. There it is. But like I said, they make it to the North Pole pretty easily, and they sneak into Santa's village pretty easily, and things go a little too well. And I think it's just because this is a Disney kids film. How many complications are you really going to throw at them?
The stakes cannot be too high. There's a there's a time limit on this. Bruno breaks his plane. Actually, no. Who breaks his plane? John Anthony?
Oh yeah,
somebody
one
pulls
of the,
like a stick out.
Yeah, like one of the kids like rips the transponder out of the plane or something.
Yeah,
And so-
or was it Hayun?
Yeah, it's Hayun. So once they land, then like the mechanics step onto the plane to fix it.
It's like, I found out what's wrong with your plane. And he just holds up like this dangling piece of plane.
But they give him 2 hours to fix whatever's broken, so the kids rush to get this job done. And they immediately come across an elf after Christmas party because, when you've finished your job for the holiday season, you have an office Christmas party. And this seems like a pretty fun party.
It's pretty slamming party.
Yeah.
Must say.
I liked how they had all the different cultures and all the different foods and like singing different Christmas songs and stuff like that. I thought that was neat.
Yeah, like I was going to say, it's like very all-inclusive. I appreciate that.
It's a nice touch.
It's kind of like, you ever see the 50s Santa Claus movie that Mystery Science Theater did that one time?
Yeah.
Where it starts out and all the kids are singing songs to Santa Claus from different countries in the world, and they're all singing in different languages.
Oh.
Yes.
It kind of reminded me of that, but like a more PC version of that.
And also this is much better than that film.
100%. Like, no,
That's saying a lot.
the 99 are not like fighting against the devil here, okay?
They fought the devil in that other movie?
Yes.
Yes. You have you not seen Santa Claus?
I guess
You
not
should
that
watch it.
one.
Is it it's like I think it was originally in Spanish and it was dubbed into English, as I recall.
Yeah, it's a really terrible movie from the 50s where it's Santa Claus versus the devil.
It's I would watch the MST3K version because I think it would be a little too dire on its own.
I mean, I don't even think we could watch it for this because, like, what the hell do you talk about if you're not talking about Mystery Science Theater?
Yeah, it's on my Plex. You should watch it.
Oh, we should do that. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, like, so during the Christmas party, all the kids that are there start having a really good time. And I started to wonder, like, how many of these kids are going to try to just stay behind at the North Pole? Like, I thought that was going to be one of the big complications. Was the kids were like, John Anthony especially, like, this is totally his party, totally his scene. Everyone loves his outfits. And I thought for a second, like, he's going to try and stay behind and become an elf. And I thought that would have been fun and dramatic, but no, it didn't happen.
It probably would have been a little too dramatic, perhaps.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Again, the stakes are not very high here. The drama is not so dramatic.
See, this is another one of those cases where I'm starting to look for conflict where there just isn't any.
Well, I mean, if you look at, like, the other shenanigans that's going on, Lewis was trying to get into, the security door?
Yeah.
The other two doors were locked, but then the security door was unlocked, and he just walked upstairs.
And then he gets trapped immediately, and Lewis is, like, out completely, like, sidelined for the rest of the movie, kind of.
But I remember thinking, like, that was just so weird. The one door that's not locked is the security office.
Yeah.
Albert's entire job is to keep the front gate guard occupied the entire time.
Which is very funny.
That's the job
Good
I would
job.
want, to sit up there and eat and drink cocoa.
And have
By the
have
fire.
them fall asleep. Yeah.
Right, because who in their right mind would try to break into the North Pole?
Exactly.
I think there's a moment in here, I think I took this in my notes, where one of the kids is starting to freak out and another one tells him to chill, and then they directly quote the Santa Claus 3, where the kid says, like, I invented chill, and, like, that's a Martin Short line from Santa Claus 3, and I hate that I remember that. I really, really hate that I remember that, but yeah, Disney just referencing themselves here.
Good job.
I wonder if they have to pay themselves for using that.
I bet Martin Short gets like a quarter every time somebody watches this movie. So then the kids make their way up to the vault at the top of Santa's workshop, where all the toys, the toys that the naughty children did not get, are held. And first of all, there's like an Ocean's 11 bit where the gymnast has to do a special thing, just like the gymnast guy in Ocean's 11. So like they're directly pulling that stuff. Laurel makes the jump, pulls the lever, does the thing, and then the vault they have to open by singing the 12 Days of Christmas.
Non-stop.
All
the way through.
And once again, I thought, if this movie had any balls whatsoever, it would show us making them sing the entire song.
I thought they were going to do it.
I kind of did too.
I'm glad they didn't.
Yeah, me too.
But I mean, yeah, they cut back and forth between like the party and other stuff going on. But like by the end of it, they're just speeding through it to get done because like they hate this fucking song. It's a good bit. I'm not going to lie. It's a good bit.
Which is how most renditions of the 12 Days of Christmas end up going.
It's true. It's a torture gauntlet.
You, after about you're about 2/3 of the way through it, you start regretting your decision to sing this song.
Like, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Oh, you have 5 more days, Montfrere. But then they open the vault, and then here's something that I wanted to talk about, because the entire heist, so the entire heist is built around the idea that the Christmas presents for the naughty kids are still waiting for them at the North Pole, right?
Yeah.
And my first question was going to be,
why?
Did any of the kids ever stop to think maybe Santa just didn't make the gifts if they're on the naughty list?
Right?
Why would he have made the gifts if they were on the naughty list?
This would be such a wasted trip, but that would be funny.
It's like opening Al Capone's vault and there's nothing there.
It's very inefficient. Why would you make it in the first place? And if you made it, why would you put it on ice and not just repurpose it as another gift? Like,
give it to someone
Andy's not the only kid who asked for this game console. Just make one less game console, give it to another kid.
Maybe they're saving it for next year.
Maybe so.
It's weird that it's like in this ice vault, and there's like old toys in there too.
Yeah, there's like rockin' horses and rock'em sock'em robots and just old stuff. Yeah.
I wonder if that's just
like,
where they put all the naughty presents.
Like throughout history.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But then the thought occurred to me, like, remember the beginning of the film where like the threat was the teachers were going to throw away all the students' toys at the end of the semester?
Donate them, yeah.
Yeah.
Like my thought was like, oh, is there going to be a ticking clock where they have to get all of the naughty gifts out before they, go right down the drain or something for next Christmas?
Or they self-destruct.
Right. See, again, that would have been a conflict. That would have been something. It would have been mean, but it would have been something.
Yes.
But Andy gets his game station, and it's a very generic, nondescript video game console.
This is where we see not necessarily a bad character development, but where his sister Laurel takes Bethany's phone.
Yes.
Because I think she says, I deserve a new phone. I got up here too and stuff like that. Bethany didn't.
I earned it, and then she twists Andy's words against him.
Yeah.
And she says, if nobody sees you doing it, nobody knows you're doing it, then did you really do something bad?
Right.
Yeah.
So she takes a phone that wasn't even meant to her, even though she herself had got a Christmas present.
She's been turned to the dark side.
Oh, so sad.
But
Andy's corrupted his own sister.
But Andy's own sister has uncorrupted Andy in such a twist.
What a twist, because they make their way back to the plane with all the stolen naughty gifts, get onto the plane, and as they're flying off, Andy decides he needs to stop and go back and apologize because he has corrupted his sister, and he knows it. So the North Pole police take him to Santa Claus. And Bradford, who is Santa Claus?
Santa Claus is Danny Glover.
Is Danny Glover, Mr. Lethal.
And he does not appear until there's like 15 minutes left in this film, including the credits.
Right.
He was very clearly on set for one day at most. Maybe even a half day if they really got it done.
And like even the one giant sculpture of Santa Claus you see in like the town square doesn't quite look like him, because I think even at that point they didn't know who was going to play Santa.
Right. They didn't know who their get was going to be.
Exactly. But no, it's
dude gets he's probably he is the most well-established actor in this lineup.
Oh, yeah.
But he gets top billing. He's on screen for what? 3 minutes?
like 2 whole scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
anyways.
Yeah, but he's, Mr. Lethal Weapon is here. And, that puts him on the fast track for
Oh, he wasn't Lethal Weapon. I always think of him as the Gone Fishing guy.
That is a very specific poll, Nikki.
I love that movie.
I know. I go to Lethal Weapon because it's a Christmas movie, and we've talked about it before.
Yeah.
But no, that puts him on the fast track for the Triple Threat Club. So we got to find another Danny Glover Christmas movie, everybody.
You know who's within spitting distance of the Triple Threat Club is this little twerp as well.
Andy. God, you're right.
He snuck his way right in without even trying.
Well, if I'm him, I'm trying to find some other company to help me make one more Christmas movie where I'm trying to find another video game console for next year. Make it a trilogy.
To follow the theme.
Yeah. Make it a trilogy.
And Andy's after that game again.
Yeah. Oh, boy. But no, Andy makes a very impassioned speech about why he realizes that,
At first, he tries to take all the blame,
Right. But then he... Yeah.
Santa takes all the other kids except for him and his sister off the naughty list.
Right, because now his sister is
Thief.
a thief as well.
I wondered if some of the elves got angry that Santa did that, because when the kids were escaping, they like ran over people.
Yeah, they probably
And
killed
like
a couple
dropped,
of guys.
dropped like statues and stuff on the elves. And then Santa's like, nah, they're good. And just takes them off the naughty list.
Oh no, Hyun's
were
back on the naughty list.
fine.
She killed 3 men.
Like there was some serious damage caused. I'm like, who's going to clean that up? Santa? No. The elves are going to have to clean up their town for days. And he's like, oh, they're fine. They're just kids. That's like probably me turning into the old man on the stoop. Those kids.
Get off my lawn, you
Yeah.
kids. Aw.
Them kids causing all that damage.
Brad, I'm sorry. I realized we cut you off a second ago. What were you going to say?
No, you're good.
Okay.
I think the ones I saw, like when they got hit by the statue, I was like, oh.
Are they
that's
dead?
not good for that's not good for a G-rated children's movie. I think it shows them getting out of the powdered snow.
Okay, good.
Because I think the statue like dissolves as it's falling.
Right.
That's
just a bad statue.
Yeah, but they kind of have to. Everybody has to be all right at the end, you know?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is a Disney movie. We can't have anybody, crushed by ice.
This is a G-rated Disney movie, not even PG.
This is a film for children, not just children, little children.
Right.
The little ones. I get that. I understand that. We're just having fun here.
Yes. So the kids decide to go back for Andy, and they're all corralled into the same meeting. And Santa gives them a big lecture about how they can be better next year. And Laurel returns the phone. And I will give movie credit for this. None of the kids get removed from the naughty list. None of them get their presents for the year.
That's true.
Good job, movie.
They did actually have to earn this lesson
For next year, they
Yes.
can try to get presents again.
right.
They don't get to redeem themselves and get it immediately. They have to work for it.
When you rob a bank, you don't get to keep the money if you say you're sorry.
Exactly.
But and then the film ends on a hook for a sequel because of course it has to.
Oh my god, it's the hookiest hook that ever hooked a hook.
But before we get to it, did you notice the name of the middle school?
I saw it, but remind me.
It was Griswold Middle School.
That's right.
That's a good reference there. But anyway, yeah. So Andy gets sent to the principal's office, but it's a new principal that he hasn't ever heard of before. He gets to the principal's
Mr.
office.
Smith.
Principal Smith.
Yeah.
And the principal turns the chair around. Oh shit! It's Santa Claus. Santa Claus.
He's wearing a bowler.
Yeah. He's got a special mission. He needs the Naughty Nine to reassemble.
Bum bum bum. Cut to black.
Credits. Ugh.
Uh,
I don't want a sequel to this.
The next sequel will be like The Expendables, where he gets them all back together.
I start picking them off one by one.
Maybe.
Did they really? I don't know. I know it's low stakes because it's a streaming movie, but is this movie going to get a sequel? Do you think this movie will actually get a sequel?
I don't know. Sometimes Disney Channel, they used to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where they
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no, you're cool. Because, that zombie movie that they do for Halloween, and that's, straight to streaming. There's, 4 of those.
It's true.
This was... I'm glad you mentioned Disney Channel, because I believe this was simulcast.
Oh.
They put it on the Disney Channel, and then they also put it on Disney Plus, as I
wow.
recall.
Okay.
Yeah. I saw it on the poster.
Interesting. I didn't notice
Yeah.
that. But, yeah, the Tim Allen Santa Claus series has, 2 or 3 seasons now, so I wouldn't count him out making another Naughty Nine, especially if they're going to hook you for a sequel like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
They're trying to compete with the Hallmark Channel at Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw them out there.
Yeah, just pump them out, and does it matter if a million people watch it or 10 people watch it? No, it's out there. If you want to watch it in February like we did, there it is.
If they're not naughty though, next time, what would be a good name for the next movie?
The something. The question is if they're gonna iterate to 10 or if they're gonna stick with 9.
That's true.
Because the easiest out would be the nice 9, right?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
But then if Santa Claus is giving them a mission, I feel like he's going to be in on the heist on the next one, so they would up it to 10.
Yeah.
What if they go 12 and go like 12 Days of Christmas?
Oh, geez.
I'm
not ready for that. I am just not ready for that, guys.
There was another, speaking of time limits and Disney Plus, there's another reason we reviewed this movie. Because Disney Plus is going to be cracking down on password sharing here shortly.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I have been mooching off of Bradford's Disney Plus for far too long.
They've been very vague about it, though. I wonder, what they're gonna do. Keep using it until it stops working, obviously.
Oh, of course. Yeah, I mean, if Disney's gonna start cracking down, we need to burn through some of these Christmas movies while we still can. So, I don't know, folks.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what they do.
Yeah, we're not going to commit to another theme month just yet because remember last March we did Norwich Madness and that nearly killed us.
Yeah, we'll see if Goofy comes to my house with a sock full of quarters or not. If he doesn't, maybe we'll do some more D+ stuff. Maybe
so. You never know. So there's a couple of things I want to get to before we go to the crankometer. This is one of those movies that lights my imagination on fire because I keep thinking of other better things that I wish I could have seen in a Christmas movie.
Yes, go on.
This is an idea that I had for a long time, even as a kid, an actual Christmas idea I had as a kid, and now I think it's a good idea for a movie. I always thought that the day after the week between Christmas and New Year's, after you've gotten your Christmas presents.
Yes.
You're not accountable for any naughtiness that you do between Christmas and New Year's because, once January 1st starts, it's a new year. New year, new you. So my thought was a kid-friendly version of The Purge.
I was about to say, are you imagining
where after Christmas, kids are just allowed to be as naughty as they want until New Year's Day?
Because that's how it works.
That's totally how it works.
Those 6 days.
Or
just chaos. Or maybe 5.
Yeah.
So depends on how count Christmas.
Right.
Tell me what your children's edition of The Purge would entail.
Well, see, that's what I kind of wanted us to workshop. What would they be doing? And
man.
Obviously they're not going to go feral and start murdering people.
If I know children, it's just going to be straight up bullying. It's just going to be bullying from here to there.
That's true. Yeah, bullying's going to go through the roof. But Brad, you have a kid at home. What if you didn't crack down on her? What would she be doing all day?
Eating candy and climbing on furniture, I guess.
Okay, so there you have it. We got a kid-friendly Purge movie, and it's like a candy heist.
There you go.
Breaking into a candy factory. I love it. Oh boy. Any other Christmas movie ideas we want to throw out before we go to the crankometer, folks? Okay, let's go to the crankometer. That answers that question. I've got some more ideas. I'll save them for another time.
I thought of something too, but I don't know if it's a good one or not. I noticed when they were going to the North Pole how the wilderness and the landscape, it seems so not accurate.
It's got trees, so it's definitely below a certain parallel. Yes.
And I've seen the Explorer videos on like Nat Geo, they are definitely not wearing the same kind of clothes that they are, and there's not that much wind and all that. So what if there was like a real expedition, like Expedition Everest movie, but it was Expedition Santa's Workshop, and so you had like it was real like tundra and like frozen landscapes, and like people fell off the cliff.
Oh wow! So it's like
adults or children?
Oh no, not kids. Forget the naughty.
Okay, good.
But you know, like all the expedition things where they have to do like this, like survival of the fittest to get to their destination, like Expedition Everest or something like that.
Like they have to take like air tanks and hire Sherpas to get to the top of the mountain.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know, because that's like when you go up there, that's like the real kind of environment. So if I truly believe somebody was going to the North Pole as an adult, maybe who's taking a few biology classes, I want to see it like a fake Blair Witch survival movie.
Okay.
About going to the North Pole.
See, I thought you originally were talking about kids, and I thought it was going to be a lot darker.
No.
I mean, it's still pretty dark.
Please don't
I
have
thought we were
children
getting
falling off cliffs.
Like Children's Crusade dark.
Oh God, no!
You guys know about the Children's Crusades?
No.
Look it up. It's not a fun time.
I'll put that in the show notes. No, but no, like,
Don't put that in the show notes.
it's a Wikipedia link. Let them click it if they want to. Give me some credit here.
That's not what I meant. I don't want children to die.
No,
I know.
but no, like
It was my imagination, my twisted imagination, not yours.
Now I'm just imagining like a scene like on Mount Everest, like how many dead bodies are littering the North Pole
On the way to the North
of explorers trying to find Santa's workshop.
In Brad's world, it's the naughty nine. They're up there in their little outfits, just frozen. See,
they were not dressed appropriately.
They
for the
weren't.
season.
No, they weren't.
So,
And Santa's workshop is clearly not at like true magnetic North Pole because of all the Christmas trees around. We've established that. It's someplace else, which is honestly a pretty good camouflaging tactic, if you ask me.
Okay. So is that the trick that Santa's not in the North Pole?
It's in. I had assumed it was in Canada somewhere.
It's below the 66th parallel. I think they say that in the movie somewhere.
Oh, they do?
Or they say like, so and so's got the best
eggnog north of whatever parallel.
The 66th parallel, which is like the Arctic Circle.
Yeah.
Something like that. I don't know.
Okay.
Well, are we ready to go to the crankometer then? I think we're done with this.
I got my one yearly mention of the Children's Crusade in, so yes, I'm good.
You did. Good job. Okay, so folks, the crankometer is our patented XY axis where we rate Christmas movies. The X axis is how Christmassy we think a film is, and the Y axis is how good the film is. So, gentle friends, the Naughty Nine, how Christmassy is this film on a scale of 0 to 5 or negative 5?
I think like the most Christmassy, like a 5.
It's pretty Christmassy. The plot wouldn't exist without Christmas. It's all about Christmas. It's very Christmassy. I agree. I mean, a 5.
Yeah, I get that. And it's about kids learning not quite the true meaning of Christmas, but like how to be good kids at Christmas. Like I get that. I'm down with that. 5.
Easy
peasy. So then the Y-axis. What do we think of this as like a quality film?
I'm gonna shoot my shot.
Do it.
Hear me out. Middle of the road, 0.
Ooh, really?
It's fine. It's competently made. It's a children's movie. It's a G-rated children's movie. It's not going to break any boundaries. But it's not a dog fart movie. It's not the worst thing in the world. I would be fine with my kid watching this. Like, it's fine. It's fine.
I have no qualms with it as a movie. Like, it's a kid's movie. It's not for me, and I understand that.
I would say, like, same thing as Brad. I would think, like, maybe, like, a 1, but that's just because if you think along the lines of it just being a kid's movie, I think this is a really good kid's movie.
Yeah, I think kids would get a lot out of this, to be honest.
But as an adult,
Yeah.
It was okay.
I'll say this: it's better than the Garbage Pail Kids movie.
Oh God.
I believe that. But that's the other reason I give it a 0 is not just it's on its own merits too, because like there's really bad kids movies, right?
Oh yeah,
but there's also really good ones, and this isn't like good. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
even as a kids movie, it's fine.
It really has
maybe a 1.
I'll give it a 1 just for that amazing match cut between the egg sandwich and the gymnastics mat. That's
all right.
I'll put those 2 shots in the Discord so you can see it.
Danny Glover in it. We have to give it a 1.
Yeah, fine. We'll give it a 1. It's fine. It's competent. It's fine.
Mr. Danny Glover.
1 is good. 1 is good.
One is good. So a +5, +1. That's a pretty solid way to start our podcasting year, wouldn't you say?
It's a good showing and better than I expected, for sure.
Agreed. Which is more than I can say for some of the films that we've looked at for upcoming episodes, friends. Because we are looking at more heist films, and the pickings are slim. And that's the only tease I'm going to give you, because terrible things happen when we try to shoot our shot on this show. So I'm not going to do that. And just, you get what you get. So, and I hope you're okay with
bad.
this. Listen, we've been doing this for 10 years. If they're not with us by now, I can't help them.
You get
Good
what you
Lord.
get. We're not going to do it. Whatever.
Prep? What are you talking about? Get out of here. Oh, God. But no, that's Naughty 9. It's fine. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for what it was. It's okay. +5, +1. Put that on our crankometer, and let's get this year and season rolling. Season 10, folks. Hooray!
Woo woo.
Goodness gracious.
A decade.
A whole decade of Christmas creeps. You can listen to us become middle-aged adults listening to this podcast start to finish.
It's wild. I'm never going to grow up. I'm going to stay young forever.
Wow.
I'm going to live forever.
I'm going to move to Santa's workshop and live forever.
That is cool that y'all been doing this for like a whole decade. Do y'all remember your first episode?
Yeah, it was me and Jonathan and Karen, and we did Christmas with the Cranks. And Jonathan hated it so much he wanted to start a whole podcast about it.
Nice.
Yep.
I didn't start until later.
What was your first
didn't start
episode, Brad?
What was it? Grinch 2000?
I think that was when you started joining us like full time. Yeah.
What was the one where I drove back? There's one where I drove back and I watched the movie while I was driving.
I think that was Die Hard.
No, it wasn't Die Hard. I gave Die Hard my undivided attention.
Oh, okay, good. I think I know what it was. It was that Robin Williams movie.
Oh, what was it?
Like Merry fucking Christmas or something like that.
Yes. Yeah. It was that one.
Jeff Winger was in it.
That was the first one I watched for this
right.
show.
Right, because we didn't know you were coming. We didn't know you were going to show up to do that episode until you walked through the door.
Hey,
it's a Christmas miracle. Brad is here.
We have fun, don't we?
We have so much fun doing this show.
Yes.
Oh boy.
But yeah, Grinch 2000 was my first where I started in earnest.
Nice.
And I can't get rid of it. No, I'm kidding. No. I'm happy Bradford's still doing this with us, and I'm happy to have everybody listening to this show because we couldn't do this without loyal listeners like you. That's right. I'm talking to you.
Thank you for listening. Yes, you.
But folks, that's going to do it for Christmas Creeps. We have jabbered on long enough. Nikki, thank you so much for joining us once again.
You're welcome.
I appreciate you filling in for Jonathan in a pinch.
No problem.
We'll have you back sometime soon.
Hopefully I'm kind of as funny as he is. But probably not.
All I ask is that you
watch the movie.
Watch the movie and sanction my buffoonery.
Okay, good.
That's what we like to say. Folks, if you want to send us anything on the internet, you can follow us on all the socials. We're at Christmas Creeps, Facebook, Twitter, or X, whatever, Threads, YouTube, all that fun crap. Or if you want to email us anything at all, you can email us at xmascreeps@gmail.com. Or the best way to reach us is to follow our Discord channel. Come join us on Discord and have a chat with us, because we're always talking about good food, internet shenanigans, all kinds of fun stuff. Brad, anything you want to add before we finish the show?
No, I'm good.
All right. Good deal. He's run out of words, folks. So
I know I'm trying to keep myself from having another coughing fit.
Oh, okay.
The main thing.
Well, then I respect that. So we'll end the show quickly then, folks. That's going to do it for Chris's Creeks, folks. I've been Joseph Wade.
And Nikki.
I'm Bradford.
Wishing you all a very happy...
Leap Day.
Leap Day, that's right. Happy Leap Day, folks. Happy March. Enjoy that lousy Smarch weather. Good night.
Happy Christmas. Happy Christmas.